Today we will discuss about the properties of dielectrics, and this class is important for third sem diploma electrical students. So as we have already discussed about dielectrics, today we will discuss about their properties and some of their applications. So you can, there is a table given to you, and their properties of the dielectric used in practice are given in the table. So what are the main properties of important dielectric? Let us consider now. So the material dielectric constant, dielectric strength, tan delta, maximum working temperature, thermal conductivity, and your relative density is given. And the material, under the material you have air as a dielectric medium, and alcohol, asbestos, cellulose film, cotton fabric, your dry impregnated cotton fabrics, ebonite, glass, flint, that is flint crown, mica, paper, dry impregnated, porcelain quartz, fused, rubber vulcanized, resin, silica fused, silk, sulfur, water, paraffin wax. So these are the materials, and correspondingly their dielectric constant, dielectric strength in kV per mm, and all other factors are given. So you can just have a look to this table and try to remember some of them. Like you can remember the material of like air. You will also have to remember mica, uh, vulcanized rubber, and water. You just have to remember it is not not in your numerical part also you will not be asked, but in some exams this dielectric value of water is asked, so you can remember water also. Now let us discuss about their application of dielectrics. It has been mentioned earlier that the function of a dielectric is to store energy. So the prime function of a dielectric is to store energy. The most common example of the use of dielectrics for the purpose of storing energy is the capacitor. There are various types of capacitors available in the market. Capacitors are generally classified according to the kind of uh, dielectric used in them. Broadly, capacitor can be grouped into the following. So, what are the groups? Let us now understand. Capacitor that use vacuum, air, or other gases as dielectrics. So, they come under the first category. Under the second category, capacitors in which dielectric is a mineral oil are used. Now, in the third type, capacitor in which combined or the combination of solid, liquid dielectrics such as paper, film of synthetic material, glass, mica, etc., and mineral oil, silicon, etc., are used. Capacitor with only a solid dielectric such as mica, glass, titanium oxide, etc., come under the fourth category. Now, the first type of capacitors are used in application where the energy loss in the capacitor must be small, and where the vacuum of capacitance needed is not very large. The dielectric loss in vacuum, air, and other gaseous dielectrics are very small. Such capacitors are used in radio frequency circuits and in low frequency measuring circuits, where precision is highly desirable. Capacitor using oil as a dielectric are used in application where a large value of capacitance is required, and where a small amount of dielectric loss can be tolerated. Oil impregnated paper dielectrics is used for making capacitors of large values of small size. Such capacitors are required in applications where precision is not so important, but a high value of capacitance is the need. Example for power factor correction in electric power distribution system, mica, a solid dielectric, is used in making standard capacitors for laboratories because its dielectric constant does not change with the temperature variation and with also time. Huh? So their value do not get affected with the change in your temperature and your time. So mica has high value of dielectric constant and high insulation resistance. Dielectric loss of mica is very small. Electrolytic capacitors. Now electrolytic capacitor make use of electrolytic materials as polarizing agent. Electrolytic capacitors are fixed value capacitors. They are polarized devices with high capacitance rating, normally used for bypass, coupling, and motor starting applications. Certain metals such as tantalum, aluminum, magnesium, titanium, and your niobium, zirconium, zinc, etc., can be coated with an oxide film by electrochemical means. If such metals are made anode in suitable electrolytes, the oxide of this metal exhibit different characteristics useful for forming a capacitor. So by making the oxides of this metals, they can be made for forming different useful types of capacitors. Out of this, oxides of tantalum and aluminum are found to be highly suitable. So you have to remember this oxides of tantalum and aluminum. Let me just point it out so that it will be easier for you. Oxides of tantalum and aluminums are quite useful, and tantalum oxide in comparison to aluminum oxide is more suitable in electrolytic capacitors but is costlier. Boric acid is also used in electrolytic capacitors. These capacitors are usually of high capacitance type and have high value of dielectric constant. The capacitors with aluminum electrolytes have capacitance as high as approximately 3 or 30 lakhs 3 lakhs microfarad. The value of dielectric constant for aluminum oxide is 7 and that of tantalum oxide is 11. So student, this ends this chapter. You just try to make a note of these questions also, so that you will be understanding this chapter for thoroughly. So if you have any problem with this questions also, do not hesitate, ask us. Thank you students.